If you are thinking about picking one up, I just want to walk you through my experience using it day to day, what it is actually like to live with, and the stuff that stood out to me after making a lot of drinks on it. At a basic level, this is a capsule espresso machine with a built-in steam wand for milk. So it is aimed at someone who wants espresso drinks at home or at work without grinding beans, dialing in a shot, or cleaning up a full espresso setup. I still like coffee gear, and I have used more manual machines, but I also know that most mornings I just want something consistent that does not slow me down. This one fits that routine better than I expected. What makes it interesting to me is the mix of two things that usually do not show up together at this level of effort. You get the simple capsule workflow, and you also get milk steaming that feels closer to a traditional setup than the usual milk frother. It is not the same as doing everything by hand, but it gets me much closer to the drinks I actually want, like a cappuccino with real foam texture, not just hot bubbly milk. In person, it is a brushed stainless steel machine, and it looks clean on a counter. It does not feel like a lightweight plastic appliance. When I grab the lever, move the drip tray, or pull the milk pitcher on and off, it all feels sturdy. The footprint is reasonable. It takes up space, but it does not take over the whole counter. It also has that kind of appearance where people notice it when they walk in, not because it is flashy, but because it looks like an actual piece of kitchen equipment, not a toy. Setup was straightforward. I filled the water tank, ran the basic rinse, and it was ready. I did not have to sit there reading a thick manual just to make coffee. The screen helps a lot, and it is the kind of guidance that matters in real life. It tells you what to do next, and it also points you toward cleaning steps when it is time. I like that because it reduces the chances that I forget a maintenance step and end up with a machine that slowly gets gross. Daily use is simple. I turn it on, it heats up fast, and I can pull a shot almost immediately. The speed matters more than I thought it would because it changes how often I actually use it. On a workday morning, I can walk in, drop a capsule in, and get coffee moving without waiting around. That makes it easier to choose espresso at home instead of grabbing something on the way out. The espresso side of the experience has been consistent for me. I am not going to pretend capsules taste identical to fresh ground coffee from a dialed-in grinder, because they do not. But what I get is reliable, and the volume is predictable. When I make 2 drinks back to back, they taste the same, and that is the whole point of this kind of machine. I have also noticed that it handles short espresso-style drinks well, and it also works fine when I want a longer cup. I tend to use it most for milk drinks, because that is where the consistency plus the steam wand makes the biggest difference. The steam wand is the part I care about most here. It comes with a metal milk pitcher, and you can choose the milk temperature and the foam texture level. I like that it is not a one-button situation where you get whatever it gives you. I can set it for a tighter foam when I want something closer to a cappuccino, or a smoother texture when I want a latte. After a little trial and error, I found settings that match what I like, and I have been able to repeat them without thinking too hard. In real use, the automatic steaming is convenient, and it is also a little picky in a way you should know about. Milk level in the pitcher matters. If I underfill it, the texture is not as good. If I overfill it, it can get messy fast. Once I learned the right fill range for the drinks I make most, it stopped being a problem. It is the kind of thing you figure out in a week, and then it just becomes routine. Another real detail is noise. It is not silent. When it pulls a shot, you hear it. When it steams, you hear it. It is not alarming, but if you are making coffee while someone is still asleep, you will notice it. That is normal for machines in this category, but I still think it is worth saying out loud. I also want to talk about cleanup, because that is where a lot of coffee machines lose me. This one is manageable. The steam wand runs a quick purge after steaming, which helps keep milk from baking on. I still wipe it right after use, because if you let milk sit there, you will regret it. The drip tray and capsule bin fill up at a normal pace, and I just empty them every few days depending on how much I am using it. The machine prompts for cleaning and descaling, and I appreciate that because I do not want to keep a calendar reminder for my coffee machine. The water tank capacity has been fine in practice. I am not refilling it constantly. If I am making multiple drinks a day, I top it off every so often, but it has never been a daily annoyance for me. The drip tray is a little on the shallow side, so if you ignore it for too long, it can overflow when you pull it out. That has happened to me once, and now I just keep an eye on it. One limitation is that you are locked into the capsule system. That is either a positive or a negative depending on why you are buying it. For me, the trade-off is worth it when I want speed and repeatability. If you love the ritual of grinding and dialing in and experimenting with beans every day, this is not designed for that. I also wish the machine did an even better job of guiding new users on milk positioning, because the wand can produce different results depending on where the tip sits in the milk. The automation helps, but technique still matters a little. After using it for a while, my overall impression is that it is a practical machine that makes it easy to get consistent espresso drinks without turning coffee into a whole project. I end up using it more often than I expected because it fits into real mornings and real afternoons. I can make an espresso quickly, or I can take another minute and make a proper milk drink that feels closer to something I would normally buy. If you have been considering the Nespresso Creatista plus espresso machine, I hope this helped you understand what it is like to actually use it, not just what it claims to do. If you have questions about the way I make drinks on it, or you already own one and your experience has been different, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews, and thank you for watching.